Hello guys and welcome back to Rovers Return. As you saw last episode, I bet you're very happy to see that we are promoted into the Premier League. And this is the first episode in the Premier League. Interesting one. I'm going to bring you all the transfers, I'm going to bring you all the different things that I've done. But first of all, we're going to start off with a staff readjustment. So I'll quickly just go over the top of it. We had a very limiting staff payroll. So, for example, we only had one goalkeeper coach. We only had one fitness coach. We only had 3 coaches. We didn't have any performance analysts. So I've brought 3 performance analysts in, questionable, one about Bruno Rice, but I've brought in a few different coaches just to sort of help us out. So for example, Andrea Barzaglia, a player that you probably wouldn't say is fantastic, but he's defending mentally and tactically, and his coaching is fantastic. David Adams has been brought in. 2 fitness coaches who are sensational at fitness, obviously, and then a goalkeeper coach just to help out the goalkeepers. So we're doing pretty well. We're not the lowest in the league, as you can see, the lowest down here, lowest average down here. And then there's the median, as you can see, but we are quite close to being one of the top clubs for defensive tactics, basically. So we're doing very, very well in terms of that. We've brought them in, we've brought in a bit of a medical team, so physios-wise, we've brought in a few physios, probably need a club doctor. We've brought in a few scouts, we've brought in quite a few scouts, a director of football, a loan manager to sort of relieve some of the players in recruitment analysis as well. So we've brought in a few different players. What I'm trying to do here is build a bigger club. We're trying to maintain what we can and then build a bigger sort of scouting network, get better scouts in, as you can see here, judging players' potential. The scouts at the bottom, we've got 11 and 13, so Phil Wilson will probably leave soon. Then Brederick Brando is brought in because we know a Spanish database then, sort of thing. So I think I've chatted about that enough. Bit of the boring stuff. Now we'll get onto the transfers and we'll do the outs first. We'll show who's left the club first. In terms of who has left, Sam Gallagher, the first one, has left the club. I'd say sadly, but it's probably not. We've made a decent bit of money from him. 9 million for Sam Gallagher. I think it was a pretty impressive amount of money, to be honest. Considering he's only worth 5.5 million, he was only worth 4 million until the very end of the season, where suddenly his transfer value went up to 11.5. I have no idea why. He wasn't a fantastic player. He never really got that many games for us, as you can see last year for us. He only played the 25 games, which, in all honesty, if you think about it, it's not that many games. And he's only had 4 starts, 21 in the league. Off the bench, should I say. He only came on as a sub. And if he's only a backup player, there's no need to have him on the side. And if we can get a decent amount of money, which was 9 million for him, definitely get rid of him. I can see why I've done it. And Brereton will probably be the backup for Adam Armstrong, say anything happens to him. Other than that, 3 other players have left the team. This Conor Mcbride has left the club for a whopping 190k, just getting players that wouldn't really ever play for us again in the future. So I don't think Conor Mcbride at 20 years of age has much to progress. 10 finishing, he's not fantastic. And then 2 of the players that have left on a free. So that's all the players that have left. Now then, we'll start from bottom to top. And some of these players you're going to like. No surprises here, we have brought back Harvey Elliott on a loan. I wanted to try and buy him, but Liverpool are having absolutely none of it. It was Harvey Elliott or the other player that plays for them. Yeah, it was Harvey Wilson. Or Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson it was. Harvey Elliott or Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson was transfer listed for only 10.5 million. I wanted to bring him in, but he wouldn't join, which I couldn't believe why. So then I thought, why not? I'll see if Harvey Elliott's available for another loan. And hey ho, he's at the club, he wants to play for us. He's going to get regular football. So he's come back. 15 dribbling, 15 first touch, great technique, great off the ball, composure, great physicals, anticipation. He's got everything you want in the right winger. He's going to be a fantastic little player for us. I'm hoping I can sign him at the end of the season. I'm going to do whatever I can to bring him into the club, because at 18 years of age, he's only going to get better. And yeah, he's returned to the side. Let's see how we can fare with him. And we've got another loanee who you might recognise. Jared Branthwaite has joined us again. Now, he won't be a starting player, but he's a nice little backup. He's a bit of a squad player, great mentals, decent physicals, I'd say decent. In terms of defending, he's pretty good. 13 heading, 12 marking, 12 tackling. He's alright. He was great for us last season, as you can see on if we go back to the history, 37 games for us, 6.98 rating, 1 player of the match. But I think he's just going to be a squad player. He's just going to be a squad player. He's going to do his part. He's going to come on when we need him, probably in the cup games or if people get injured, just as a backup. I've tried to get the depth in the side as well as the quality as well. So this is a loan I'm very, very happy with. Now then, here we start with a few interesting transfers. Now, an unknown, a regen, 16 years old. I'm going for the long-term approach here. This is probably going to be a save I do until I can no longer do either YouTube anymore or I just discontinue the series as I always do. But 16-year-old Matthew Gregg, or Gregg, I believe it's pronounced, from Scotland. He come from Celtic for £1.5 million. And we've not paid £1.5 million up front, don't you worry. Things kick in during his career. But 13 dribbling, 14 first touch, 14 free kicks, 15 long shots, 15 technique. Some pretty nice little mentals in the middle here. As you can see, off the ball, flair, decisions. His determination not really there, but composure, anticipation. And his agility, natural fitness. At 16 years of age, this guy looks unreal. So to bring him in for 1.5 million, he's already 1.5 million. You're going to let him develop for a year in the under 18s, maybe even the under 21s. I think he's that higher quality. And the under 21s are going to play him there. And then we're going to see how he fares. Probably out on loan. But this is for like 2-3 years in advance. I've brought him in. He looks like a fantastic little player. For 1.5 million, I think I had 500k left in the transfer budget, or I had a bit of money left over. I thought, why not bring him in? Now we move on to some pretty decent signing. Jonas Knudsen he's Danish, not Norway, he's from Denmark. A left back. I brought a left back in now. We did lose, I think it was Barry Douglas last season. He went back to Leeds, and I just don't see why I should bring him back if he's only 30. If he's 32, he's declining physically. But Jonas Knudsen going straight into our side. Great marking, great tackling, decent, pretty good actually, mentals, and decent physicals. I thought, why not? Let's bring him in. Full back, he can play wing back, defend, as you can see. I'll show you the stats there. Decent acceleration, not fantastic. Agility could be a bit better. Could be better at dribbling, but mostly his long throws, marking and tackling. The long throws are the big one. I want to try and get a few long throwing sort of tactics involved and maybe try and capitalise off them. But yeah, nice little player. I think he only cost us 2.5 million. Yeah, 2.5 million. I can't complain. He's had 2 pretty good seasons as well with Malmo, so who knows? Now, I'll just quickly go over the next 2 players. So I've brought in Max Killman, another player that I thought, why not bring him in? I think he was on the transfer market. Another player that can sort of just back up to the players in the side. I wanted 4 centre-backs, 4 solid centre-backs. And another one here, Max Killman. I brought him in. I think he only cost us 2.5 million. No, 3 million. 3 million was for him. A nice little player. I mean, his aggression and bravery could be a bit better, but I think really his technicals as a defender, marking, he's going to be a ball-playing defender. I quite like that. He's going to progress maybe a little bit better. He's reaching his peak, should I say. But as a nice little sort of player to bring in as a backup. I quite like him. Max Killman, very cheap, very nice. Do like it. And alongside him, I brought in another striker just to sort of replace Gallagher with a bit more quality. It's Penoranda. Now, interesting one here. He can play on the left wing, so we can got another left winger if need be. But also, as a striker, he looks great as an advanced forward. Fantastic. The stamina's not there, but he's got the pace, he's got the jumping, he's got the heading, he's got the composure. Off the ball's fantastic, so his movement's going to be there. 16 dribbling, 15 first, 13 finishing could possibly be better. But for 24 years of age, we signed him for £3 million. I think that's a very, very good signing. He was transfer listed. I brought him in. He's accepted as squad player. How much is he on a week? 25k a week. I cannot complain. Fantastic little player to bring in. I'm very happy. An international. He fits the role perfectly. Now then, the build-up for the transfer I've been waiting to show you. A surprise one. Sandro Tonali. I don't know. Don't ask me how, but my scout came to me and said, Sandro Tonali is available. Milan didn't want to buy him, so immediately I hopped on this bandwagon. I needed a CDM, a new CDM in a deep line playmaker role who could still tackle and mark but pass. And this man popped up, 21 years of age. Just look at 2 white stats. Everything, 2 white stats. Everything else, yellow or green. Fantastic player. Brilliant physicals. The mentals are all there. He's already built at 21 years of age. He's already built for the Premier League. Then 16 passing, 17 technique, 16 first touch. He plays that deep line playmaker role defensively like no one else. 5'11", 52k a week as well, which I couldn't believe. I cannot believe how we've managed to land this guy. He's going to be here for years and years. He's going to partner Travis. Straight up! Oh, it's phenomenal. It's a brilliant signing. And guess how much we got him for? 13 million. Only 13 million. He came in, wants to play in the Premier League, star player, now valued at 22 million. I think does he have a release clause? He has a release clause of £37.5 million for clubs in the Champions Cup. But I'll probably sign him on if we do pretty well this season, I'll sign him onto another deal and hopefully eradicate that 37.5 million. But what a player, what a signing, and I cannot wait to see him in action. And now finally, the final player I brought in, a Welsh player. I wanted to try and keep it homegrown, Chris Mepham from Bournemouth. An interesting one, you're probably going to say. For 17.5 million altogether, I brought him in. I just really like the look of him. He played great football last season for Bournemouth. As you can see, 40 goals, 6.93 rating. He's played very well. He's been playing very well pre-season. Heading-wise, this player I wanted. I wanted a very physical player, 6'3", great at heading, great jumping reach, aggressive, brave, composed. His top mentals are the key thing. Very, very good player. Great at tackling, great at heading, and all round just a good ball-playing defender. I quite like him actually. Chris Mepham's come in, another player I brought in, 23 years of age. A lot of young players have come into the squad, 24, 23. I brought in an experienced left-back just to try and get them going. But Lenihan and Mepham will be the two at the back. Right, so the squad is looking like this. We're playing a 4-2-3-1 like we did last season, but much deeper. We're trying to be a bit more defensive this season. The support roles are there, but they're just playing a bit deeper, just so I can have a deeper line. As well as that, you can see we've got Kaminsky back in net, Knudsen's there, Mepham, Lenihan and Nyambe who's come back. Tonali and Travis in the two hole. I mean, Travis is unreal as well. As you can see, his stats here, mentally and physically, fantastic. A ball-winning midfielder at heart. Brereton on the left, Dak through the middle, Elliott on the right and Magic Adam up front. We've managed to keep hold of him. We've given him a new contract and there's a few players on the bench. Penaranda just currently can't play there. Harry Pickering came back from loan. I want to try and train him up, not as a left-back, but as a CDM, so sort of fill in there. And yeah, quite a few players back on the bench. Derek Williams returns, Killman, Davenport returns, Holtby returns, Joe Rothwell's here. So yeah, nice few little players in Costello as well there and Branthwaite on the bench. But yeah, this is how we're lining up this season. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to play Burnley now. Hopefully this episode isn't too long. It's going to be a transfer one, so it might be just as long as the end of the season. But yeah, we're going to play Burnley now. Opening day of the league, as you can see the league table here. Interesting. Liverpool, bottom of the league. Let's keep it that way. We're going to play Burnley. I'll join you back for the kickoff and we'll just get straight into the action. Right, so we've started. Here we are. We line up like so. Magic Adam, Brereton, Dak, Elliott, Tonali, Travis, Mepham, Lenihan, Nyambe, Kaminsky and someone else. But this is how Burnley line up. Rodriguez in there, Dwight McNeil in there, Tarkowski in there with Pope as well. Pope, a fantastic player. And that's how the Premier League is looking so far. So the opening game against Burnley, Blackburn back in the Premier League. Let's get straight into it and let's see how we can perform against a Premier League side in Burnley. Mepham on the ball. Out wide to Knudsen now. Brereton picks it up. Dak out wide to Knudsen. We're playing it a bit wider, a bit deeper. We've scored already. It's Magic Adam, 3 minutes into his Premier League debut, and he's put it in the back of the net. Brereton plays it to Dak, who finds Knudsen. Knudsen getting a bit further forward. This is how we like to see it. He crosses the ball straight across. It goes past two players. Magic Adam's there. It looks like he came from an offside position, but he hasn't. It's not been ruled out. And Tarkowski has met the wrath of Magic Adam, and it's in the back of the net already. 1-0 already. Job's a good one. We're 30 minutes in here, and we're holding on pretty well. I mean, Sean Dyche's side not doing fantastic. 4 shots, for us now. Expected goals. We're holding Burnley to a pretty good game here. As Tonali's dropping a bit deeper, as you can see. This is how we want to play it. Nyambe playing it out from the back now to Lenihan, who tries to find Magic Adam, who does. Bradley Dack's on it. Harvey Elliott now. Let's see what he can do in the Premier League. Travis Scott plays it out to Brereton. Can he find a good ball in? Knudsen back on it. Tonali now. Can he find a nice ball? He finds Travis. Bradley Dack, Brereton, tries to find Adam Armstrong again. And we've done it again. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 against Burnley. I know Burnley aren't the most prestigious Premier League side, but I'm liking the way we're playing so far. Travis and Tonali in this midfield, T squared. Brereton plays the ball in behind to Magic Adam. And Adam Armstrong, 2 goals on his Premier League debut. It's not even half time yet. We might witness a hat-trick as, hold on, there's a highlight. Tarkowski, they're trying to play the ball out. Nyambe picks it up back to Kaminsky now. Tries to find Harvey Elliott. Travis Scott on the ball. It falls to Magic Adam again. Can he get a shot on goal? He takes it around everyone. Brereton's there. It's ended up in the back of the net. It's an absolute horror show for Burnley at the moment. 43rd minute. It's 3-0. Brereton is going to try and claim that. Magic Adam being an absolute nuisance against Tarkowski. He gets in behind. He has a little bit, I think he has a bit of a shot there. It misses. Brereton follows it up and Nick Pope, who's on the floor, it hits him and it goes into the back of the net. Brereton, not going to claim that, but it is what it is. We're sitting top of the league. Call it now. Call it now, lads. We're top of the league already. Outstretched arms. I'm happy with how everything's going. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Right, I've just brought Holtby on for Tonali. He's not having a fantastic game. It's his first start in the side. I brought Holtby on just to see what he can play like in that deep line playmaker role as Dak now picks up the ball. Magic Adam's on it. He's going to cause He's caused absolute havoc. It's Magic Adam. He's got his third goal of the game. Hat-trick in his first Premier League. Oh my God, this is too much. This is too much for me. He's absolutely thrashed that in. Lenihan plays it forward to Bradley Dack. On the attack, Magic Adam pulls it to his right, hits it immediately. Nick Pope, no chance. What a strike. Magic Adam is proving his worth here. I might have to see if I can try and fend off any people that want to try and sign him, but what a goal that was. We're now 4-0 up. Burnley with a corner here, sorry, should I say. McNeil's there, and it's gone over the bar. But what a game we're having already. Bradley's actually going to come off. I'm going to bring on Rothwell just to play through the middle. And as well as that, I'm probably going to bring off Travis as well, just so he doesn't get sent off, and Davenport can have his Premier League debut out there. Harvey Elliott with the ball through to Magic Adam again. Oh my gosh. That was a proper chance again for maybe his fourth goal of the game. Nick Pope now on the ball. The ball's been cleared out. Brereton plays it forward to Magic Adam into Rothwell. We're coming up to the 93rd minute anyway now. Harvey Elliott, can he find a ball in maybe to end the game? Dwight McNeil takes it off him. It's going to be a free kick. I thought they might have called the whistle by now, but who's standing over it? I can't tell. Harvey Elliott plays the ball in, corks there, gets it clear. Brereton picks it up, and that's probably going to be full time. As it is, 4-0. Hat-trick from Magic Adam on his debut. On his debut. Unbelievable. I cannot believe what's going on with this. This is probably one of my favourite saves that I've ever done. As Everton have drew with City, we're sitting top of the league with a 4-goal difference. Absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. I cannot believe it. What a man. Just look at him. Smiling. Dead cosy in his own little way. Look at it. I cannot believe how good he is. 3 goals already in the Premier League. He's turned up. We've turned up on the opening day of the season. I'll probably play the Chelsea and City games with you, and then we'll skip through a few of these games here, and we'll come back for maybe an Everton-Tottenham. So I'll join you next time, where we get to see ourselves tested to the max. A Chelsea and City game, which will be really interesting to see how we play. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, leave a like, because what a game. What a few transfers as well. I cannot believe how great a season I've had transfer-wise. Fantastic news. I hope you did enjoy it. As I said, leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you are new. Please subscribe. I would be very appreciative. It is just shows the support, really. And yeah, I shall catch you in the next episode. From me, Alex, have a great day. Ciao.